with that have made those decisions. If there is a significant mistake at this particular point in time, i.e., a bad trade or something like that, that trade that doesn't work out, that sets the franchise back that is already set back. So having an experienced person on the handle driving this right now, I think is the right thing. But my two concerns, though, and it does, I mean, it's a good sign to me that Pierre LeBrun has tweeted that this is a 3-year deal for the Canucks. But I guess my concern why I'm holding out like yes or no is who do you bring in as a general manager? I'm assuming that they're probably going to go with someone a little bit more inexperienced. We'll see who that is and innovative. But I also, the other thing, and I think Stan Schmilo's talked about this, and I think that this is something that was also quite glaring within the Canucks organization. I think bringing in someone with Canucks identity, I also think is important. And I guess one of my concerns is what do you do after the pouring out of the heart, quite frankly, in the media of Stan Smeel this week? And I think the admiration, and maybe he doesn't want a position. Maybe he was just there and said, you know what, I just need to do something. But I'm very interested in what they do with the general manager position, and I'm very interested in what they decide to do with Stan Schmiel, because, as you mentioned, he probably has to. He bleeds all the colors, and he has to be part of this in some way, shape, or form. And I will say that I think that he should be at least in the conversation of being general manager, but that's not for me to decide. But so I'm cautious in that. What are the next steps?
Yeah, for me, I think it's that those are fair concerns there, Kev. I honestly, I think we all fell in love with Stan Smeel again, and it's one of those things where you didn't get the job, and we kind of, I was one who was saying that he should be a contender, but we don't know how much he wanted it or if he did it all. I think he might be better off as sort of like, as long as he's part of the discussion. I think he's happy as well as if it's the right way, and they're trending to being competitive, and they're being hard to play against, drawing penalties like Connor Garland did last night. I think he's happy being sort of being a number 2 or number 3 person all in here. He doesn't have to be the guy. Doesn't have to be the person in this organization.